So I says, yo, it's all in the words.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Alright, so I'm Padre, and by the title, I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but I know it's gonna be something dealing with beauty and females. And if you've seen my videos before, I try to talk about things that's gonna plant a seed in a person's brain, person's spirit, person's nature, whatever, the essence for growth. And so when I think about what type of growth can a person get from, like beauty tips or whatever, or what a man's idea of a woman of a woman's beauty is like, okay, how can that be growth? So let me back things up several years. All right, I'll be 50. This is 2025, and for the longest time, I've enjoyed the beauty. I've enjoyed looking at women, and for the longest time, I've been so judgmental. Like so shallow. Like I know about the whole. I learned about beauty is only skin deep. All right, I learned about that, and so then I don't know. I don't know what came first. You know, um, being shallow or okay. So here it is. I'm my wheels are turning. So here it is. See a female. She might be cute in the face, but then I start looking around. I'm like, okay, does she got a dirty neck? You know, what's up with her fingers? What's up with her? It's like, does she have all 10 digits? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't let us be at the swimming pool, because, I'm really like, yo, okay, did she got something in the bag? You know, at that time, being a teenager, going through hormones, being a pre-teenager, going through hormones, you sit back and you look at females, look at what she got in the front, look at what she got in the back. Then it's like, look at them feet, look at them toes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like there's a big toe, and then there's the index toe, then there's the middle toe, and then there's the fourth toe, and then you got the pinky toe. And it's like some people, they got a long index toe, or they may have a long middle toe. You know what I'm saying? And then the way that they walk, it's like the pinky toe might be tucked underneath. It's like one toe's tucked underneath the other. It's crazy. So when I think about beauty, I'm like, I used to tell myself, I would want to have a woman that was going to meet my beauty um, ideas. So when I look at her feet, I won't have nothing to talk about. Look at her hands, I won't have nothing to talk about. Look at her front side, back side, I won't have nothing to talk about. Just, look at her face, won't have nothing to talk about. And teeth. Alright, so I had gaps in my teeth. I do, I have gaps in my teeth. And they're not really big. You know what I'm saying? As much as I've seen other people have gaps in their teeth, I'm lucky. But then I've seen people who got like 2 layers of teeth on the bottom row or on the top row. They got fangs that are in the front of front of their teeth. Like on the top jaw. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, if I see it, I know you see it because you got to brush your teeth, you know? And then it's like, yo, how do they not get bread or food particles in between them teeth? You know, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, when it comes down to beauty, you know, I don't want to look at a woman's grill and be like, yo, I know I'm going to talk about her mouth one day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, I can't do that. So earlier today, I was listening to some music from, I think, Honey Baby. Um, yeah, Honey Baby. And I found a few songs that I liked and that I could actually DJ with, because one thing that I do like about some of her music is she's not using the N word or the B word, you know, calling herself or another female B word, um, or calling the dude that she might be mentioning in the song a N word. And I was like, oh, good, I can use this music. Okay. But then when I was looking at her video, I saw this, you know, this young lady, light skinned, you know, she might be considered a yellow bone. And she had nice thick lips, full lips. But when I looked at her eyes, I got thrown off because she wore these big ass fake eyelashes. I was like, no. And then, you know, I was like, and she got all this fake ass hair. So I'm like, no. So then I'm like, okay, I can't see her from the backside because she wasn't putting herself out there in the video like that. You know, she had on some jeans, and I was like, yeah, you know. And then she had them baggy, you know, with a boxer shorts or some shorts, you know, sticking out at the top. I was like, yeah, you know, to me, I like that style. Um, and she had on some sneakers. So I was like, okay, okay, you know, but um, she didn't have the biggest front, you know, titties, but you know, what threw me off was the fake eyelashes and the fake hair. So I got another channel, and all right, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Podrey, and I want to welcome you to my channel. And that's the intro to my channel type. But anyway, yeah, this Padre right here, it's all about what my idea of beauty is. And yeah, there's some fake hair, but on the most part, that's about it. Um, I don't want to post anybody who have implants. Um, I don't want to post anybody that got huge fake eyelashes. Um, Wigs and fake hair. It's it's a it's it's okay. I mean, to a certain extent. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Um, I know that there's some women out there who really have, you know, hair down to their butt because they've grown it, you know, and you got to look at their nationality, you know, and it's like, all right, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Padre. Look at their nationality, and you see that, you know, they're capable of growing long hair because it runs in their genes. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how so many people like the same thing. Meaning, you got so many people that will look at a woman who wears hair weave, and they won't have nothing to say. They have no complaints. Or a woman who wears implants, and they have no gripes, no moans. Can't, they couldn't see her without it. That type of thing. But then I'm like, yo, I remember the era where women were all natural, no perms. Well, and when I think about that, I think about, maybe the Harlem Renaissance. So was that maybe the 20s, 1920s? I don't know, something like that, something like that. But, I think about the Jim Crow era when life was segregated. And I'm like, I think young ladies used to flat iron their hair, flat press or whatever the hell, or they work hair curlers, big hair curlers. But makeup was a no-no. Parents would look at their daughters and be like, if you're wearing all that makeup and shit, you might as well be putting yourself out there. If you put yourself out there, you might as well be trying to be a slut or a tramp, something like that. That generation right there is something that I miss. When it comes down to beauty, I don't think that if you're truly beautiful, then you will be happy with what you were born with, and that would be something that you could live with, something you could work with. I like all natural females. It's one of those things where, like when I was younger, and when I was talking about, I would want a beautiful woman, it's kind of, it goes right along with the idea of, I'm going to wake up with a woman, and when I roll over and I see this woman, I don't want to see all this makeup and shit. I don't want to see fake eyebrows. I don't want her in her wig or something. You know what I mean? So I want that look of, that natural look that of like when she wakes up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember it was either a movie or in a few movies or some type of something on TV where a female would wake up before her guy wakes up and, get her hair right, get her face right. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, ooh, that's dirty. That's dirty. It's like, who are you? Are you like one of them people that are so self-conscious to where, you don't like the way you look in the morning? You know what I'm saying? I want to look over my woman and her mouth is wide open and she got dried slobber and she's just gone, whether she's snoring or not. You know what I'm saying? Mouth open, tongue hanging out. It's like she looked like she earned that sleep. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she did the night before, most likely, if it was something sexual with me, definitely with me, then it's like she earned that sleep. It's like, fellas, or I guess, nowadays, it's ladies too. You ever wake up with your woman, she's like on your shoulder and she slobbered on it. You know what I mean? Just deep ass sleep, just gone. One of the type of sleeps where you can move around and she ain't waking up. It's like you can get out of bed and she might be reaching for you or something And then when you get done doing whatever you're doing, like use the bathroom, getting some water, and you come back and, you just tuck right back underneath her, pull her back on you, and she just holds you a little bit tighter. You know what I'm saying? Just gone. Well, though things like that it adds to the beauty. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think when the conversation comes up between me and the lady, and, if she ever asks what I think about her, or, something like that, I have to go with, I know that beauty's only skin deep, but that's why I think you're beautiful. Because, the things that you do naturally, it just adds to, your overall look, your superficial look, or, your outward appearance. So it's like, when I talk to females in the past about beauty and what they thought about it, you know, if I didn't get this far into the conversation or get this far into my thoughts, she would have most definitely, or they had most definitely misunderstood me, because they would not have gotten this deep into my thoughts of what I was trying to say. It takes a minute sometimes to express your thoughts and what you want to say and things like that. And so, I remember the way that women had described me and the other men that they found attractive. And I really didn't hold on to those thoughts, because I'm not trying to see that in my head, that vision of a man. I'm not, homosexual. I'm a heterosexual. So it's like, eh. But it's the fact that they did tell me. And I'm glad I didn't remember, because the next time I talk to a woman about, what attracts her to a guy, it'll be something fresh. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whenever a woman can be honest about her thoughts and what she like and dislike, that adds to that woman's beauty. So, I think one of the biggest things that that I like in a woman is whenever she holds back something and I have to use my imagination. You know what I mean? It's kind of like females, the Arab women who wear, the full body hijab, whatever you call them things, and all you see is their eyes, if that. And it's like, some of them might purposely wear some eyeliner. You know what I'm saying? So their eyes, when they blink, you be like, ooh, what's the rest of you look like? Or when the breeze blow, and then you see ass crack and, just curvature and things like that. It's like, oh man, don't let the wind stop blowing. Man. You know what I'm saying? So things that a woman can leave up to my imagination adds to her beauty. So I think there are other fellas or other people who think the way that I think about this topic, and I hope that some folks would, or someone would leave a comment and tell me what they think. You know what I'm saying? What their opinion is. But it's kind of cool. Like I said, I don't know if it's just being it's not, after you put thought into what you like and what you dislike, it's mine, something I can stand on. And it's one of those things that I met females that, for the moment that they were there, they were the finest things in the world. But then over time, seeing other women, and then you come back and you look at this woman and it's like, geez, what, what really attracted me to you? Because I'm not head over heels like I was. And I know that some people don't like that. Some women don't like that. I know I didn't like it whenever a woman said that to me. But I'm not mad at that. It's just something that we experience in life. You know what I mean? It's an experience out of life, and it's cool. I accept it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it on purpose, but it's just over time. Like I say, I will see so many other women that would fit that category of beauty, and the female that I was head over heels for, looking back at her and comparing her to what I think beauty is now, I'm like, eh, eh, eh. So that trips me out. But it's good conversation with someone, who can hold down a conversation like that. I'm about to stop this video, but, I'm not the smartest person in the world, nor am I the dumbest person. I like to do my research on things, and it's hard to do research on things nowadays because I don't trust the sources. You know what I mean? The sources of somebody else's research, and the source of their opinion. So it's kind of hard to really do any research on topics that I like to talk about. But what I need you to do as a viewer is to question everything that I'm talking about. I need you to do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Question yourself. Question other people. Look up material. Look up content, images, and other videos. So you can get a clear idea of what you think I might be talking about as I'm going through the video. But I need you to form your own opinion. And then I need you to share your opinion with other people. Because you never know when someone else is thinking about the same things that you're thinking about. And the way that you're thinking about them is a fucked up thing to be lonely in a crowded room. Meaning there might be 12 of you in a room, but 11 of those people are thinking something that you're not. So they're looking at you like, I don't know why you're thinking that. And you're looking at them like, I don't know why you're thinking what you're thinking. So, it's an odd feeling. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I'm Podrey. I got my gaming channel, Podrey Smurf. And I got my channel that I post videos of females, add some music to it. And it's either live footage. The video is just going to either be still pictures or it's going to be, videos and video clips put together in a montage, collage, or whatever, and add some music to it, and bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean? So check out my channels. This channel here, is full of other thoughts and opinions that I have, and like I say, as far as growth goes, there might be some people who are really shallow. There could be some people who can't see past, just the outward appearance of a person. Or there may be a person who can't see past their own outward appearance. They may think that, the outward appearance is what makes them. And it's like, I'm here to let you know. I'm here to let you know that that's not it. That's not a cool way to live, period. I was an ugly duckling, meaning I had a flat nose. I still have full lips. That I had this bump on the corner of my top lip. And it was so big when I was young. And I had big ears. And finally, there was a time in my life when females were attracted to me. And I was like, I'm no longer an ugly duckling. You know what I'm saying? I've grown into a swan over time, and then from a swan to a peacock. You know what I'm saying? I had to open up my tail feathers in. You know what I'm saying? And just show everybody, be like, I'm beautiful, man. I'm the catch, man. You know what I'm saying? For more than one reason. You know what I mean? So, as far as growth goes, I'm 50 at this time. It's 2025. And I've had some time to get my shit together, as far as get my thoughts together in order to form the opinions that I have. I've had experiences. I've been in and out of relationships. When it comes down to a body count, sexually, man, you might as well call me a hoe, a male hoe, because my body count is pretty high. And I've been fortunate, I've been lucky to even attract the females that I have been able to attract, sexually or non-sexually. Just the fact that I, as a person, have been decent enough that other people would have conversation with me, share dialogue. We share our deeper secrets that we wouldn't tell other people. Things like that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the females that I've talked to throughout my life, they didn't have to tell me the things that they told me. They didn't have to lay with me. They didn't have to be comfortable around me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm fortunate and I'm grateful. And hopefully I'm not done. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can still attract females and continue to have more and more conversation. You know what I'm saying? Fucking and for the physical thing, I miss it, but I don't have to have it. I've had so many other experiences to where, just the memory alone is enough to satisfy me. Especially, I have a vivid imagination. So it's like, there's some nights when I'm like, I need to get me some sleep. And it's like, man, I don't have the TV on, or I don't have my computer on, and I don't have any movie on or something. I don't have something to distract my own thoughts. But then I have to dig into my fantasy zone, or I have to dig into my imagination. And I have to be like, okay, so I think I'm feeling a little horny tonight. You know what I mean? Let me put this face with this pair of lips, with this nose, with these nostrils, with these eyes, these hands. You know what I'm saying? I had to build somebody, and by that time I might just doze off and dream about her. You know what I mean? So sometimes if that's all you have, you gotta be grateful to be able to do that. You know, I like women. I have for a long time, and as much as I miss having them around me, I sure do enjoy my time to myself. I've always been a hermit slash social butterfly, and marriages and relationships, you know, I think I sabotaged them. Might have. But still, another topic for another day. I may get out of here. You have a good day, you have a good night, you have a good morning. Peace.